Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. I'm Jimmy with Making It Work. I wanted to make a quick video to help customers when they bring their vehicle in for service at a repair shop. You want to see some thoughts on that? Stay tuned. Since I've been in the automotive repair industry for 43, 44 years now, it's really a thing that we struggle with often in the business, the communication between the customer, the service writer or service manager, and the technician. So it's really important when you bring your car into any repair shop, unless you already have a long-standing relationship with them, they know your car really well. If it's someplace you're not very familiar with, you've only been a couple of times, keep in mind that sometimes the thoroughness of the service advisor might be questionable, because if you have a problem with your car, like it makes a certain noise or it runs a certain way, it's going to be part your job, actually, not even part your job. It's your job to communicate with that service advisor. If you get to talk to the technician directly, that's probably the best case scenario. But if you don't have that option, you talk to the service advisor. Make sure you pay attention to your problem when it happens and some of the things that go along with it, like does it happen when the engine's cold, when you first start it up? Does it happen after a long drive? Does it only happen on rainy days? Does something happen only when you put gas in the car? All those kinds of things. And be aware that not all service advisors are going to ask you the details. That you're just going to say the check engine light came on, and they're going to make a repair order that says check service engine soon light on. But you want to try to pay attention to that so you can give them more information when you bring your car in. Like the other day, it went below 40 degrees and it was raining a little bit, and my check engine light came on. That may help save the technician time, which saves you money. The more information you give your service advisor, the more thorough the information that you give them, the easier it's going to be for the technician to narrow down their search window and save them a little bit of time doing a diagnostic. If you have an oil leak or something like that, you see fluid on the ground, pay attention to what color it is, the smell. If it smells sweet, it's usually coolant. If it smells really nasty, it's usually differential or transaxle fluid. And if it's brown and you can smell oil, some people might not be familiar with how to describe that smell, but oil generally smells like almost like a candle. If you put a candle out, you smell that candle. If it's a non-fragrance candle, that's kind of what oil will smell like if you see that. Try to take note of the color and all those kinds of things. Just smelling the color. Obviously, you don't want to taste it. That's nasty. Trying to think of other things that can help you out. If you have brake problems or pulsations, does it happen when you come into a stop at a light? Does it only happen from a high-speed stop? Does the car shake stopping? Does it shake when you're accelerating away from a light? A lot of these little details that you might not pay attention to, you just know it's shaking. So when you go in and talk to the service advisor, all that information is very helpful, narrowing down your problem as quickly as possible, saving you on diagnostic and testing time. And time is money. You know, a lot of people don't want to pay to have these things figured out, which isn't really, I guess that's a subject for a different video, but at least streamline the process, and having more information about the occurrence will help tremendously. Even things like lighting, maybe a power outlet doesn't work. Pay attention to, like, oh, I plugged something into my power outlet and all of a sudden it stopped working. I try to take note of what it was that you plugged in there when that happened. If you plug something in and all of a sudden the outlet goes out, take whatever that item was, set it in your console somewhere close by. When you bring it to the mechanic, say, I plugged this in and the fuse went out, rather than just saying my power outlet doesn't work. So what happens is the power outlet itself can go bad and cause a short and take out the fuse, or an item that you plug in will blow the fuse as it's designed to protect the car from having major electrical troubles. If that fuse isn't there, I've seen pennies and dimes dropped in power outlets and things like that. If that fuse wasn't there, you'd have a real problem, because it would melt wiring, could potentially even set the car on fire. So that's why there's a fuse in there. But even something you plug in like a phone charger can blow that fuse if there's something wrong with that device. So try to keep track of that kind of stuff. I know sometimes everyone's busy doing their own thing. The hustle's on everywhere you look. So, but remembering exactly what the circumstances were when something happened, even especially like my headlights don't work ever since someone put a radiator in my car. But attaching those two things, when the mechanic gets a ticket, it says my headlights don't work. So now that mechanic's going to have to decipher a lot of things, tracing wiring and going through. But if you realize that, man, I had someone come and work on my car, my neighbor put a radiator in it for me, now my headlights don't work. If you can put those things together, now we know it's probably something got pinched or something happened where the wire got damaged when the radiator was put in. And I'm not looking to place blame. I'm just looking for information so the repair can be done more expediently. And it saves everybody time and money. So that's what we're looking for here. And that's what this video is about, just helping you to make little notes if you have to write it down. The car ran rough. And look, what's the weather like today? What's the temperature outside? Did it run rough right away? Write it down. And you bring it to the shop you're going to go to. Hand that note to the mechanic directly if you can. If you can't, give it to the service manager and ask for Jimmy and he'll fix it. I just wanted to make this quick video to help people out because the service advisors are so busy, especially in a busy shop. Some of them are really good and they will do everything they can to pry all the information you might have out of you, like where's your wheel lock key. Some of them are really good and will handle all those things for you. Some of them not so much, so you have to kind of help them to help you. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps you out if you go to get your car serviced. More than anything though, I hope you'll tune in another video because you're awesome.